A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Celtics vs Bucks prediction odds line 2022 NBA playoffs. If you're looking for Celtics vs Bucks prediction odds lines for 2022 NBA playoffs, you've come to the right place.
This article will break down why Giannis Antetokounmpo should dominate the Celtics and how the Boston defense will be able to contain the Bucks. This article will also give you some information about the Milwaukee Bucks defense and how Giannis Antetokounmpo will dominate the Celtics.
Giannis Antetokounmpo dominates Celtics vs Bucks. If you want to make sure that Giannis Antetokounmpo does not have a great game, you should make the Bucks win in Game 4.
The Greek Freak averaged 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists in the postseason. Against the Celtics' top defense, Giannis Antetokounmpo was relentless.
He has dunks after he's already made a few plays. Milwaukee started the season strong by winning Game 1 of their series against the Boston Celtics.
Giannis Antetokounmpo dominated the Celtics in Game 1 with a triple-double, and the Bucks held the Boston Celtics to 33% shooting. However, the Celtics quickly regrouped under Ime Udoka and came back in Game 2 with a dominant 109-86 victory.
The Celtics made 20 of their 43 three-point attempts and had 12 more assists than the Bucks. Boston's offense has improved this postseason, but Giannis Antetokounmpo remains the best player in the NBA.
The Celtics have been the top defensive team in the league this season. Even with the absence of Chris Middleton, the Bucks' offense should improve enough to win this series.
Besides, Giannis is a great player to bet on at home. The Bucks are a great team on the road, with a solid record of home wins.
Despite the Celtics' great defense, Giannis Antetokounmpo dominated the Bucks in Game 7. The two-time MVP had a dominating game, and the Bucks couldn't stop him.
With 42 points, 20 rebounds, and 9 assists, Antetokounmpo has a great postseason resume. Boston's defense.
The Celtics will face the Brooklyn Nets in the 2022 NBA playoffs. In addition to a top-ranked defense, they have a deep bench and can smother the elite scorers on the other side of the court.
Their depth and defense make them top picks for the postseason. If you're considering a Boston Celtics playoff pick, you should pay special attention to the Celtics defense.
The Celtics' secondary stars will be the key to Boston's success. The team's 6-foot-plus players are much more likely to score than that average and be a player.
Jaylen Brown averages 22.2 points per game, while Marcus Smart averages 15 points. The supporting cast in Boston also consists of 3 players who average at least 12 points per game.
This gives Boston a better chance of winning without a top playoff. Celtics' size and length will help them match up with the Heat.
They'll be able to switch pick and rolls. They'll have a lot of versatility on defense, and their bench will not need to worry about double teams on Heat players.
Boston's defense can be a weakness, but they have better solutions to this problem. It's also a more balanced roster, and there's a good chance the Celtics bench will play a big role in their success.
While the Celtics aren't as explosive as their offense, they have a solid defensive record. Boston allowed just 108.9 points per 100 possessions during the regular season.
They were able to hold opponents to just 43.4% shooting from 3, which is better than average, and then Boston also made great use of the free throw line, making an average of 81.9% of its 22.9 attempts.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's explosiveness. The Giannis Antetokounmpo series is shaping up as the most intriguing one in NBA history.
This series has seen Giannis Antetokounmpo dominate, scoring over 14 points in 2 games and forcing overtime with a game-winning three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo has also been a force on the glass, averaging 19.5 points and 11.5 rebounds per game in 4 games against the Bulls.
While he may not be a top NBA MVP pick, his explosiveness has a lot to do with the Bucks' ability to win the championship in a series. The Boston Celtics have been able to slow Giannis down this season with double teams and mobile defenders.
However, this isn't a sure thing this time around. The Celtics also acquire Al Horford in the off-season, a player with a proven track record against Giannis.
Giannis' explosiveness will continue to be a problem for Boston in the playoffs. The Bucks are favored to win Game 7 of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Although the Bucks have a difficult schedule, they are the reigning champs and have been playing well for most of the season. They won't give up, though, and Giannis Antetokounmpo has put together a profile worthy of an MVP.
The Bucks finished in the top 5 in three-point shooting accuracy this season, and were ranked among the top 10 in two-point shooting. Despite Giannis' injury history, he hasn't missed a single game in the postseason.
His explosiveness at both ends of the floor, especially at the rim, has led to increased rebounds, assists, and blocks in postseason games. Giannis also has the advantage of playing without Chris Middleton, a crucial defender for many Bucks.
In addition to his durability, Giannis also has improved his passing and court awareness. Milwaukee's defense.
If you're making NBA playoff picks, one of the key factors is the Bucks' defense. The Bucks' defensive discipline, length and deterrence around the basket make them one of the most difficult teams to defend.
It's these traits that will help Milwaukee win games and force opponents to second-guess their plays. This is especially valuable in a postseason matchup where every point counts.
The Bucks are one of the best defensive teams in the NBA over the past several seasons. They lead the NBA in allowing opponents to score just 1 point per possession and secure 80.3% of their available defensive rebounds.
They also allow opponents to shoot less than 40% from the field against them during the postseason. As a result, Milwaukee's defensive model leans toward the over in 2022 NBA playoff picks.
In over 50 of simulations, the Bucks hit one side of the spread against the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee finished with the league's best defensive efficiency during the regular season.
In 3 of the last 4 seasons, the Bucks have allowed the fewest opponent three-point attempts per game. This year, they'll be even better than that.
In 2022, Milwaukee will be looking for another championship. They won't let Boston win again.
This is a great time to take the Bucks in 2022 NBA playoff picks. Regardless of the opponent, the Bucks' defense will be a difficult matchup for any team.
Their suffocating defensive lineup is a major strength for them, but their offense hasn't been as good as the Bucks' reputation, and their defense has been vulnerable to three-point shooting.
Despite this, the Bucks' defense will keep them in the game. Boston's defense against Giannis Antetokounmpo.
One of the most important pieces in the Boston Celtics' defense against Giannis is their ability to get the ball to their big men. Giannis isn't a great outside shooter, so the Celtics will need to guard him on the perimeter.
However, they should not rely solely on that defense. The Celtics' other key pieces in this matchup include Al Horford, Grant Williams, and Robert Williams.
The Celtics lost Game 1 at home to the Bucks, and that was due to Antetokounmpo's performance. Giannis Antetokounmpo averaged 28.6 points per game and 13.4 rebounds per game during the regular season.
He remained the best player in the league with a 5.8 assist per game. Boston's defense was ineffective in Game 2 against Chicago, and it was too late for a comeback.
With the Celtics' defense, Ime Udoka will be a vital piece of their offense. He'll have to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2 of the NBA's best players.
Boston's defense is a key factor in this matchup, but it won't be enough to stop Antetokounmpo. The Boston Celtics are a strong team with a formidable frontline.
Jason Tatum, the best two-way player in the league today, had an excellent series against Brooklyn. He shut down 4-time scoring champion Kevin Durant on the defensive end.
But he won't be able to match Antetokounmpo's defense this time. While Giannis Antetokounmpo's shooting ability will be crucial to the outcome of the series, the Celtics must be able to keep the other Bucks from doing too much damage.
This season, the Bucks shot 36.6 from downtown, but the Celtics only held their opponents to 33.9 from downtown. Despite Giannis Antetokounmpo's talent, Boston's defense will need to win the battle regardless of his performance.